And now, ladies and gentlemen, bakbakan sa Kalamba supporting main event of the evening. And this bout is presented to you by Olivetti Boxing Promotions in cooperation with the Honorable Mayor Timmy Chipeco. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 10 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division. Judges for this contest, Gerald Tabelda, Engineer Greg Ortega, and Hugh Paul. Your referee in charge of the action, then Julio Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out the blue corner, tonight wearing the army green with gold trim. Official weight 131 pounds. He's the former Philippine Junior Lightweight Champion from Tiger X-Con Boxing Gym of Mambuanag City. Ladies and gentlemen, Warren Mambuanag. And his opponent in the red corner, tonight wearing black with red trim and weighing 130 pounds from Olivetti Boxing Gym, ladies and gentlemen, Venson, Notorious Delopere.
Hello, I'm Ryan Sangalia of Rappler.com, and we are here at Calamba City in Laguna for this 10-round bout between Venson Delopere and Warren Mambuanag. We're at the Buhayani Festival. This is the penultimate night of the nearly 2-week celebration, and we have some boxing action to bring you. So that's Mambuanag in the yellow-gray trunks, and Delopere in the black and red. Delopere is 5-1 with 3 draws and 2 wins by knockout of Pili Camarines Sur, and Mambuanag 10-7-2 with 3 knockouts. He's 23 years old from Agusan del Norte. As we see Delopere come over with 3 punches there. Delopere was at one time an MMA fighter, actually. He fought for the PXC a number of years ago. Back in 2014, he fought a man named Janelle Lausa, who MMA fans from the Philippines may remember. He fought in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. So it's both 2 guys who had dabbled in boxing, or maybe dabbled in MMA. In the case of Delopere, so a couple jabs to the body from Mambuanag. So this is an interesting fight between 2 guys who are bigger than most Philippine boxers. Usually the ranks really thin out after 112 pounds. It's hard to find fighters above 112 pounds sometimes here in the Philippines, particularly 130. That's why Manny Pacquiao has been able to cross over so well, is that he fights in weight classes that have been really money divisions in the United States. Though we have some good fighters here in the Philippines, it's hard to find an audience sometimes for 115 pounders. That's just the realistic. That's just the reality of it. Delopere is coming forward. Lands a little counter left hook right there. I guess you could say that Delopere is the house fighter, because he's got the Olivetti name on his trunks. Olivetti is the promoter. Dino Olivetti, who's also the trainer. So there we are, the end of the first round there. And so, of course, Dino Olivetti in Delopere's corner, he was a former professional boxer. And in the corner of Mambuanag was another former pro, Tex Gonzaga, who is the head trainer out of the Tiger City ex-con gym of Mandaluyong. Rami Tex Gonzaga. He was a fighter from 2000 to 2004. Fought in Thailand before. So he's had some experience. But he's a long way from being a flyweight like he was in his fighting days. As the second round begins. And Delopere looks to be going for the... Looks to be trying to slip in a couple left hooks to the body there. Delopere misses with a two-punch combination right there. And Mambuanag looks to be just kind of keeping his guard tight, looking to see what's in front of him, and trying to pop a couple shots in the holes that he sees. And Mambuanag got a nice little counter left hook in there as Delopere kept his head too high up in the exchange. A couple of jabs from Mambuanag there. Delopere misses a shot. Mambuanag takes advantage and lands a body shot. And Delopere looks to be investing in that counter left hook whenever Mambuanag jumps in. Referee's telling them both to keep the punches up. There's a couple of jabs from Mambuanag. You know, Delopere is throwing hard shots, but they are bouncing off the gloves and arms for the most part of Mambuanag. Here we are, the end of the round. So third round is coming up. Third round of a scheduled 10 rounder here in Calamba City. We're in the heart of Laguna, We had a short delay to begin the card due to the rain, so it's about 9:30 in the evening. And this is the co-main event. 10 rounds between Venson, Delopere, and Warren Mambuanag. Delopere, rather. And there's a nice little counter punch. Down goes Delopere on a right hand from Mambuanag. He popped right back up, but he was down. His gloves touched the canvas. Mambuanag is not here to lay down. And Delopere is coming on strong now. He's looking to get that point back. This will be a 10-8 round unless he can do something. Mambuanag goes down, but that looked to be a push down. As the referee wipes the gloves off. The knockdown seems to have woken up Delopere, but he's going to want to be careful as he comes in because Mambuanag is really working with his jab as Delopere is jumping in, not really moving his head at all. And bad things can happen when you come in without moving your head. The triple jab sets up a right hand to the body. And Delopere lands a nice little shot inside there. He thinks he's found pay dirt with that counter left hook as Mambuanag jumps in. Couple of winging shots from Delopere. Mambuanag needs to be sure that, or needs to be mindful when he throws that right hand to bring it right back to his chin, because that's really the shot that that Delopere is looking for. Oh, that was a nice right hand by Delopere. And a nice right hand by Mambuanag punctuates a round in which he scored a knockdown, which will give him a 10-8 advantage most likely on all the cards. I don't think that Delopere did anything to warrant a 10-9 round out of that. So we have the fourth round coming up of a scheduled 10-rounder. The problem with Delopere's attack so far, and he's been aggressive, but the problem has been is that he comes forward, doesn't move his head, and he's been a bit predictable with his offense so far. And the fourth round is about to begin. And there's a nice right hand to begin it by Delopere. But there he is. He's reaching and winging from the outside. And you would imagine maybe better if he jabs and then he steps into range so he doesn't have to swing. And he's swinging wide so that it also takes a couple of inches off the range when he has that arc on it. So he's been short with a couple of his punches because of that. And Mambuanag is boxing rhythm, although a couple punches there land by Delopere. If you're wondering what Delopere's mixed martial arts record was, he was 0-2. So it really does appear that he found something with boxing. And he lands a couple of nice shots there. They clash heads. They're both leaning in with their heads as they jump in. But they're both flirting with danger here. Both really sticking their chin out. And especially when you get into these weights, these aren't flyweights who are punching each other in the face. And one punch really can do a lot of damage. Mambuanag is jumping around, looking to maybe buy some time or really just get the blood flowing in him again, so that he can come off fast with something there. Delopere has Mambuanag against the ropes, but can't really land anything solid, except for a short right hand as they left the exchange. But he had a prime opportunity if he was able to really square him along the ropes there. And there we are, end of the fourth. Fifth round coming up. Here we go, and after this round, we will be halfway home. This 10-round scheduled fight. This is a junior lightweight fight, non-title. So it's okay to weigh in a little bit over 130. Usually give a pound or two. And it's Delopere lunges forward, and he's not able to land any of those shots because he comes up short. He's not really in range. He falls in when he throws his shots, and then that's when they go into those clinches there, and he starts to maul. So he's not really been able to land anything clean or pretty, which is not always to say that it's not so effective, but it's not as flashy as it could be. And there's another little right hand as Delopere comes in by Mambuanag. Mambuanag just drops it right in. And Delopere is looking for some rabbit punches right there. Referee may want to talk to him about that. Landing shots behind the head could be dangerous. That was a nice jab right there to the body. some clubbing shots along the ropes from Delopere. So there again, he reached with the left hand, gets hit with the right hand, gets hit with another right hand, and another right hand, and the left hook. There's a nice little rally right there by Mambuanag because Delopere keeps lunging in with his shots. He's not in punching range. He'll throw from too far out, fall in, and then gets countered. That's been where Mambuanag has been able to take advantage. And there's another left hook from Mambuanag. So Mambuanag's gonna be warned about turning around. A couple cuffing shots, and that's the problem sometimes with when you throw those kind of wide swinging shots, is that if you are too close, you're going to cuff. Although that was a nice shot right there from Delopere as the round ends, and we're halfway home. End of the fifth, and the sixth will be coming up soon. Another round. Round 6, and Delopere in the black and red, and the gold and gray of the Tiger City Ex-Con gym is Warren Mambuanag. Oh, that was a nice little right hand as Delopere came in, and then Delopere lands his own right hand along the ropes. Missed a lot of shots, but he did get a... See, there we are again. Delopere fighting from too far out, winging. When you throw wide like that, it doesn't add a couple inches onto the shot. It actually takes a few off. And that's something to work on with Delopere. Venson Delopere is a couple of low blows right there, but he's coming off the first defeat of his career to Alimu Wushuer in China, Shanghai, China, back in April. It was a unanimous decision, and he lands a nice little overhand right there. And there's a left hook as Mambuanag left the exchange. Delopere is getting some good work done here. The last victory of Delopere was back in November of 2016. He fought a man by the name of Jimmy Boardman, who we saw earlier in the card, win a majority decision over Brian Makamai. There's another head clashes right there. It looked to be about 2 head clashes in there. And Delopere lands a left hook on Mambuanag on the break. What did he go down? Are they calling that a knockdown? It looks no, they're not calling that a knockdown. It didn't appear that a punch had landed. Mambuanag still appears to be reaching. Maybe he's taller. Maybe he thinks he's taller and longer than he really is. And there we are, the end of the 6th. 7th round coming up. Here we are, round 7. It's Mambuanag in the gold and gray trunks. Delopere in the red and black. And Delopere has the city seal of Binyan City, where he trains out of the Olivetti boxing gym. It's an emergency vehicle just off camera, trying to get through. It's one of those things that happen. It appears to have extricated itself from the place where it was. Here we are, round 7. Venson Delopere in the red and black, and Warren Mambuanag in the gold and gray. That was a nice little right hand as Delopere jumped in. That was a counter punch from Mambuanag. Action slowing a bit here as both men feel the pace. But when you have these larger weight fighters, weights that we often don't see in the Philippines, it really it only takes a punch or two sometimes to turn the fight around. As we saw earlier on when Mambuanag scored the knockdown in round 3. This is our 10-round co-featured bout. The main event will pit the IBF Youth Flyweight Champion Robert Ongokon against Marjun Pantelgin. Or rather, Pantilgan. 8 of a scheduled 10-rounder. We are Delopere in the red and black, and Mambuanag in the gold and gray. Delopere really coming forward now. And his trainer is telling him to come forward. He wants him to come forward. Doesn't want him to back up out of even out of the exchanges. And he lands a nice right hand right there, over the top. The referee wants to just check if he has a mouthpiece, and he does. And then they resume. No punch there. It was not a knockdown. Mambuanag fell off balance there. And Mambuanag actually tries. He's not the MMA fighter, but he was the one who tried to do a takedown on Delopere. He grabbed the back of his leg and tried to lift him. And the referee's going to call for another break. What is he? Oh, and there's a cut. There is a cut underneath the right eye of Delopere. The ringside physician is looking at it. It's not in a dangerous place, though. It's not in a dangerous place that will impact the vision. But it will require probably some stitches, and it's not going to feel that good. And the concern, if it was earlier in the fight, one of the concerns could have been if it swells up. But we're already late into the fight. And Delopere is just coming forward and really trying to make up that 2-point round that Mambuanag was able to get. He gets hit with an uppercut and a right hand by Mambuanag. There's no quit in Delopere, but he got hit with those 2 shots right there. And the blood is pouring a little bit freer now after that. And now here comes Delopere. Here we are, end of the round. So we have the 9th round coming up. And the 9th round begins. It was a nice left hook, right hand combination right there from Delopere. He's coming forward. It's hard to tell what the judges will be looking at because one might see the aggression, the raw aggression of Delopere. But Mambuanag's landed some pretty clean punches, and that should be the most important part of it. And Delopere has missed a lot of shots too, which you never want to do. You never want to completely whiff on shots. It's never a good sign. Even if you're just hitting gloves or elbows, it's better to hit something than nothing. A nice left jab right in the face of Delopere right there. And here we have Delopere is really coming forward, but he hasn't been landing as clean as he wants to. Mambuanag not throwing as many punches, but he does appear to land cleaner. And there we are, end of the round, and we have the 10th and final round coming up. Now, if you're in each man's corner, what do you do? Is there desperation from either man? The fight has been close enough that it would appear that it could be either man's fight. Delopere is the de facto hometown fighter, even though we're not too far from Mandaluyong, where Mambuanag trains. But Mambuanag had the 10-8 round in the third with the knockdown, so you have to wonder what they're telling each other in the corner as Mambuanag gets down to some Chainsmokers songs as if it's 2015. Here we are, 10th and final round. And it's Delopere who is coming forward. Yeah, Mambuanag might look back at this fight and think, and if he watches this video, he may be kicking himself, seeing all of the many counterpunch opportunities which he did not take advantage of. Because there really have been a lot of counterpunch opportunities, and some of them Mambuanag has taken advantage of and filled in those gaps with counterpunches, as he did right there, and as he did there again with his left. But with Delopere having such a fatal flaw there in the way he reaches and falls in, and really the uppercuts were there all night if he wanted to throw them. The way both men are fighting, they're both fighting as if they feel that they just have to get to the scorecards and maybe bank this round away, and that they can win on the cards. So it really speaks to the mindset. Neither man really looks like he's going for broke for a knockout. They're just fighting their fight, particularly Mambuanag. He's not really taking any chances. And you never know how the judges are scoring these fights. Here we are, the end of the 10th, the final round, and both men raise their hands, and so it's as if both men are showing the body language that they believe that they won. As Delopere shows off some dance moves, and well, at least someone still enjoys the chain smokers. So as we await the scorecards, a reminder that Mambuanag scored the only knockdown of the fight in the third round on a right hand, which caused Delopere to touch one of his gloves on the canvas. That's a 10-8 round right there, instead of the usual 10-9 rounds. Both men embrace. Delopere has a former MMA fighter. His nickname is Notorious, although it's spelled incorrectly on the back of his shirt. Maybe that's an inside joke thing. But it's interesting because he was an MMA fighter who became a pro boxer, and the Notorious Conor McGregor is going to be trying to do the same thing on August 26th when he fights Floyd Mayweather Jr., which should be the Circus Act of the Year. I mean, the event of the year. And Mambuanag is showed off a dab right there. I thought only Nonito Donaire does that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. And here are the scores of the three judges. Hilco scores about 95-94. Engineer Gregor Ortega scores about 96-93. Gerald Trendon scores about 95-94. All to the winner by unanimous decision, Warren Mambuanag.
That's Warren Mambuanag gives the second defeat of Venson Delopere's career. That's the second consecutive defeat of his career. He falls to 5-2-3. Warren Mambuanag raises his record now to 10-7-2 with 3 knockouts. So from Columbus City, Laguna, I'm Ryan Sangalia, and check out the next fight.